Have you ever wondered what it takes to overcome the toughest challenges in basketball, mentally and physically? Hi, I'm Riley Smith. I'm a junior in high school, and I am so excited to be talking to you guys about something that I strongly believe in. So, that for the informative speech, I chose to inform you guys about the difficult parts of basketball, mentally and physically, which is just to bring recognition and to educate you guys about the crucial aspects of basketball. So, for these three crucial aspects, I chose to talk about overcoming injuries, overcoming mental obstacles, and last one being physical ability. So let's start with our first point, which is overcoming injuries. So this is so important when it comes to overcoming injuries. The focus should always be on overcoming these injuries. So put all your focus into recovering. Don't overwork yourself. I think it's so important to remember that you are not going through this alone. There's other people who are going through such similar things, but it's also important to remember, don't compare yourself to these people, because no one is going through the exact same thing. We all recover at different rates, which I do want to say the oral citation that was given to us by by the article Recovering from Injury. So this states, the time it takes to return to play depends mostly on the type and severity of the injury. However, recovery time can vary. You should not compare your time to recovery to other athletes with similar injuries, as everyone heals at different rates, which goes back to exactly what we just said. I want you guys to remember that when we talk about the other few ones as well, which the next one is how to prevent this in the coming age. So you just have to realize that there's no way to fully prevent it, because if you are an athlete or if you have ever played a sport in your life, you know that preventing injury is not, you can't do that all the time. There's always going to be something eventually, right? But there are some ways that you can do your best to prevent them, and those being stretching, resting as needed. Do not overwork yourself, because if you overwork yourself, you're just going to either worsen the injury that you already have or start an injury. And the last one being healthy life choices, just by eating healthy, making sure that you are working out and staying in shape on the off season so you don't go in and overwork yourself. And then the last focus for overcoming injuries is, how do you know when you're ready to return? So like we said earlier, there are so many people that are going through similar things, but it's important to listen to your body and listen to yourself, because you know yourself more than anyone else. If you think you're ready to return, get the thumbs up from your doctor and go do that. But if you're not, don't feel the pressure that you have to return for someone else, because you know what your body is. You know how your body works. You know your body more than anyone else. So now that we've talked about overcoming injuries, let's move into our second point, which is overcoming mental obstacles. To know how to overcome this, you have to understand what is physical toughness in basketball. What is mental toughness in basketball? Mental toughness can change you as a player. It does change you as a player. It allows you to play well under pressure. It allows you to grow with self-discipline so you can be the best that you can be. It allows you to recover from your mistakes and just to play with confidence. So how is mental toughness in basketball important? Well, once again, it allows you to do all the things I just said. And I think it's so important to realize that there is a huge difference between the players who have mental toughness and have confidence and discipline versus the players that lack confidence. And then how do we develop this mental toughness? Well, no one starts off with perfect mental toughness and perfect discipline. This takes time and consistency, and you really have to practice. And then the oral citation for this, which was given to us by The Role of Mental Toughness in Basketball Success, states, understanding how players handle pressure, setbacks, and challenges reveal the mind plays a role alongside physical skills. So now that we have gone through overcoming injuries and mental obstacles, let's talk about our final one, which is physical ability. So to understand this, we have to understand the 5 positions in basketball, which it being you have your point guard, your shooting guard, your small forward, your power forward, and lastly your center. So why is strength training so important in basketball? Well, everyone has goals, every athlete has goals and sets goals, but no one truly gets to the next level without being able to push themselves, and you have to be able to physically outplay the others. So no matter how high your basketball IQ is or how well you can shoot, none of that means anything if you're not strong enough to really physically beat the players that you are playing against. So how do we strength train for basketball? The main thing that we like to do is to focus on training the things that you use most. So, for example, like there is different positions, and the point guard will not need to strength train the same type of stuff that the center will. There's a difference. So while one might need to work on strength training their legs to jump and run, you might want to focus on squats and other leg exercises, but one might need to work on their power, so in their arms or strength like that. So you would focus on more arm exercises. And for our article that we use for this, which is the importance for strength training for basketball players, it quotes, basketball is a team sport characterized by high intensity activities such as jumping, sprinting, and direction changes. Basketball players' physical conditioning is focused on enhancing aerobic capacity, speed, agility, and muscular strength and power. I think that ties into everything we just said. So in conclusion, we have learned about the 3 crucial aspects of basketball, these being overcoming injuries, overcoming mental obstacles, and lastly, physical ability needed for basketball. Knowing all of these things can take your basketball knowledge to the next level, while also, I think this brings recognition for the people who might not know about the crucial aspects of the game, and it's always important to remember these things. So, basketball is more than just a game. There are so many parts of basketball that do go unnoticed, and being a basketball player means that you'll face challenges mentally and physically. And this sport demands a lot of commitment and dedication, and it's important to know all of these things when committing to a sport like this.